Hi, first and second grade students. This is your next project, project 3, I believe. And we are going to be drawing a peacock. Yep, this is a peacock. Some fun facts about the peacock. It's the largest flying bird in the world, I think. And it's from the country of India is where the peacock originates, so on the other side of the world. Everybody loves this bird. I wonder why. Because it's beautiful. Look at these beautiful blue feathers, and the feathers down here, the little ones, but then you look at these ones. A lot of people collect these peacock feathers just because they're so mesmerizing. So looking at this picture a little closely, we're going to be adding detail to the peacock similar to this in the picture. So I'm going to hold this up a little closer, really looking at the face. And we're going to start our drawing with the beak, so thinking about that triangular shape. And then looking at the eye and the detail around the eye and this little fluff feather thing on the peacock's head. What an interesting bird. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So I will set this down right here. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. And yeah, so if I zoom out all the way, I'm going to show you the art book. You're going to need your art book, and I'd like you to have it flipped over this way so that the binding's off to the side. You're also going to need a pencil and maybe an eraser in case you make a mistake. And yeah, here we go. So please follow along with me, and you know, if I'm going too fast, pause, of course, and then yeah, follow along with each step. So we are going to start with the beak. So creating that triangular form, I want you to go ahead and point to about right here in your art book, on your art book. And let's draw one side of the triangle, that shorter side. And then you're going to go ahead and follow along, please. Okay, and then let's go ahead and draw that line that separates the top of the beak to the bottom, so where the mouth would go. And then let's go ahead and add another little oval for the nose, the nostril. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to draw the peacock's head and neck and the rest of the body. So if you start from the top of the beak right here, and then you're kind of going to make like an S shape almost. So watch first and then go ahead and try it out. And going all the way down to the bottom edge of your paper. And then going down to the bottom of the beak right here, we're going to come in a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and continue going down, and then as you go down you're going to get wider and towards the edge of your paper. Okay. Now I'm going to zoom in a little again, and we're going to concentrate on the peacock's eyes and details on the head. So circle for the eye about right here. And then looking at the white pattern around its eye, let's start with the top one. It starts right about in the middle of the circle and then goes around. And then you have this detail right here that kind of forms around right there too. Right, and then we're going to go ahead and add, we're going to add a little about right here, just adding a little kind of to show the neck, maybe a different shade right here, little detail. Next we're going to add this, I'm not sure what this is called. I want to say plumage, but I'm not sure. They're little head feathers for our peacock, makes it stand out. So kind of like a fan. Each line fans out. Kind of funny. So yeah, maybe doing about 5 to 10 lines on the top of the peacock's head. And then I want you to draw little circles that end on those lines. That's funny. Alrighty. I'm going to zoom out a little bit more. And what I'd like you to do is to add another line just to show a different shade, area to shade on the peacock's body, about right there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add these little feathers. So I will hold this up a little closer. These little feathers that are behind the peacock's blue body. So if you look at it, it looks kind of like scales. So scales on a fish or scales on a dragon. How we're going to draw that is, instead of having it off to the side like in this picture, we're going to have them coming out from behind on both sides. So follow along with me. So it's a bumpy line. So starting about right here, go ahead and draw a bumpy line. And let's do that on both sides. Okay. And then we're going to add another row of the bumpy line. So you start at the top of the hill and you bounce from hill to hill, from bump to bump. And then you can do the same thing on the other side. These are our cloud lines when we draw a cloud. We use these types of lines. Let's do another row, maybe one more row. And do the same thing on both sides. Okay, so that represents these teeny tiny feathers behind the peacock. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the big fancy feathers of the peacock. So we're going to start. I'm thinking maybe between 6, 7, or 8 of these oval shapes right here. So watch again, and I'm going to kind of spread it around. So like a big oval shape, let's just start with that. And kind of move them around. And you want them to go kind of in the direction that it's fanning out around. So just like this picture, it's fanning kind of like the sun. Imagine that this is the sun, this body right here with this the scaly smaller feathers, and then all of this is coming out rays of the sun. So you want your ovals to be in that direction. Hopefully that makes sense. So you're going all the way around. And they can be different sizes. Some can be smaller, some can be bigger. Okay, so I fit about 7 on mine. So yeah, between 6, 7, 8, maybe 9. You can even have some cut off. Maybe one cutting off on the edge up here. Alright, now we're going to add the detail inside these ovals, these egg shapes. What we're going to do with that detail is, let's do a circle inside, just like this. And then we're going to do kind of a partial circle. And then another one that kind of gets cut off. So watch again. Okay. So watch me first. So a circle, another oval inside here. And then we'll do another one, but it goes off to the side a little bit, like that. And then this one, it's like you start from right here, and it's almost like you're drawing kind of an eyeball, but off to the side, like the pupil of your eye. So we'll do that with each one of them. And if you have any of that are cut off on the edge, just kind of have to imagine that it's there, where you're at. Okay. All right. So for the last step, we're going to draw some lines going out. The first lines I want you to do is to go right to your ovals. So starting from right towards the body, the main body of the bird, draw a line going to that oval, and then lift your pencil up and have it finish towards the edge of the paper. So kind of showing that the flow that's coming from the body. So don't draw over your beak. Lift your pencil up and you're going around. You start from right there. Okay, and then in between each little spot, I want you to add a couple more lines, so maybe about 2 lines. So this is where it kind of reminds me of the sun. I think I'll just do 1 line in between that one. And be careful not to go over your beak. Alrighty, here is your peacock. First step, drawing. Nice job, everybody.